the recent no ng mga trends about creating user interfaces in a mobile application environment. So allow me to continue the discussion. And by the way, the session for today is divided into two parts. First part will be the continuation of our discussion. In the second part, the asynchronous activity is more of creating wireframes, no? Yung paggawa ng storyboards. And I will explain that one after we discuss this topic, yun, the continuation of the topic sa design pattern. So, kindly use the chat area to send any emoticons or any sign that you're there, you're listening, and we're good to start. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, by the way, guys, this material is coming from an ebook, no, from Mr. Pacholsik, and he's a developer for so many years na. And for this trends, this was a parang observation, a collected observation from the author's point of view dun sa mga common design patterns na nakikita natin in our recent mobile application um, experiences, no? Yung mga application user interfaces, kinompile niya into six different categories, no? Um, Actually, four lang, no? Starting from how to get inputs, so what are the user interfaces para makakuha ka ng input from the user, what are the mobile modern user interfaces para mag-manage ng navigation, and what are the user interfaces for conducting social pictures or if your application includes social features and yon sa data content management na rin. So, let me walk you through dun sa importance of um, user interface design patterns. By the way, why do we need to study design patterns? First, we need design patterns for us to have a guide and a basis for our future applications, yung gagawin pa natin ng mga applications in order for us to easily parang verify it or validate it if it is the interface that we are creating are well accepted to the entire mobile environment community. Yan. So hindi pwedeng basta-basta tayong gumawa ng isang interface na hindi natin pinag-aaralan kung ano yung design pattern at the back of it. So allow me to present the design patterns based on the perspective of the author. These are from the modern applications, mobile applications like Facebook, Messenger, Google, and the like, no, Spotify. Ito yung mga nakita niya ng mga design patterns at ang napakaganda dito is um, the author presented it with a problem statement and a solution statement with additional screenshots that we can work on through to understand the different design patterns. Okay. So remember that when we are dealing with mobile application, one of the limitation is the screen dimension, the display, the limitation of our output, the monitor that we're working on. And with that, that's the only interface that we have para makuha din natin yung options or choices coming from the user. Now, the common interface for a user to give feedback or feed to to know what's the control or the choices of a certain user is by introducing the user as different way of gestures. So, including touch, long press, swipe, drag, long press, drag, double touch, drag, pinch open, and pinch close. So, these are gestures that's most likely common on our modern application nowadays. So, here are the samples of the design patterns of the modern application, specifically for getting input from the keyboard, from the user using keyboard. Number one is smart keyboards. So the problem stated like this, yeah, the user wants to enter information quickly. Based on the screenshots, what did you see there is uh, ayan, a different input types, and per input type, 'di ba may lumalabas na mga key, uh, lalabas yung keypad, no? Every time we use our phone, tapos we tap on a certain input form, whether it's a username, a password, or a number, di pa natin makikita yung keyboard. Pero pag once matap natin yun sila, lalabas at lalabas yung keyboard. But take note that smart keyboards are referring to an appropriate input type of a form. Ibig sabihin nun, pag humihingi ka ng email or email address from the user, you should choose the email input type form of your programming language. No, so for example, we're using Android environment. So sa Android environment, guys, nana siya email input form, no? So ibig sabihin nun, what's the difference between an email input form and a simple text form? When you tap when you tap a simple text form, ang lalabas na keypad, guys, or yung mga key values are alphanumeric. No, may letters, may numbers na nakalagay doon. In an email input form, pag mag-type ka, basta na kayo sulat sa email, ang mo-pop up sa keypad, guys, ay alphanumeric plus, take note, plus the additional key na .com, yung .com sa isa ka key, o at symbol. Are you aware with that? Have you tried that? No, yung parang mag-tap ka ng enter email. Tapos yung lalabas sa keyboard ay may .com at saka may at symbol na. So, ibig sabihin nun, you are doing it right kasi yung input form na yon is specifically for email. Yan. That also goes with like mobile numbers or phone numbers. You don't want to give the user the alphanumeric keypad. So that means if you're asking the user to input his or her phone number, expected na yung makikita niya sa key values are numbers lang or symbols like plus, no, plus sign, something like. So, yun yung sinasabi ng smart keyboards, guys, no? The user really wants to enter the information quickly. So, yung gina-provide mo na keyboard should allow them to choose, no? Immediately. Huwag yung pupunta pa siya sa isi-shift pa niya, pupunta pa siya sa next, 'di ba? Yung normally na naka-hide yung ibang letters and symbols. So, yun, mas maganda sa isang labas ng keys mo, makikita niya kaagad yung mga values. Default values in autocomplete. I think we already discussed this one. If you try to look at this, no, most of the applications are using autocomplete. Ayan. So, ang ginagawa ng autocomplete is the device hardware is trying to remember your previous input. And aside from your previous input, there's also an autocomplete na made by the developer to help their users na to scan or to navigate to a certain page na hindi nila makikita yung access to that page on a certain environment. So, let's say you have a search bar, ayan, search bar. Once you type something on the search bar, may lalabas ka agad ng mga suggestions. Ayan. So, here's how the author stated it in a problem statement, no? In a autocomplete, the problem of the user is they want to complete the actions quickly. Ayan. So by giving them the suggested list, all they need to do is not to, all they need to do is to tap and select. Uh, Hindi na nila kailangan tapusin yung word na hinahanap nila kasi lumabas na at nakita na nila sa hints. Lazy signups. So for any applications na they want, uh, if some issues coming from their user na nakastate na if their user wants to try things out better before making a commitment, ito yung ibig sabihin ng lazy signups, ano? Yung para bang hinahide niya yung register at saka login somewhere in the middle of the user flow. Let's say, hinahayaan mo na nila yung user to navigate all their contents, all of their products, and before they commit onto it, saka lalabas yung login or sign up for any payment details. A good example to that is yung mga e-commerce website natin ngayon. If you want to look for catalogs, no, your first time to view the app, to use the app, and you want to view some catalogs, hindi sila maghihingi ng user sign up until you commit onto it. So for example, nagustuhan mo talaga, gusto mo na siyang kunin. So part of the user flow, yung user journey ng e-commerce na yon, 'di ba? Pumili siya, nagustuhan niya, so gusto niyang bilhin, kailangan niyang i-follow yung steps na mag-sign up, kailangan niya ilagay yung billing details at saka hihintayin niya yung product na darating sa kanyang address. Does it make sense, guys? So ito yung way on some of the applications na they will para bang invite more users to use the application instead of parang nagbutang kag gate, no, nagbutang kag harang before makasulod ang imuhang mga users. I hope you understand that. Have you seen any lazy sign up so far? Can you name one application that does have a lazy sign up aside from my example earlier? Google. Which part of the Google? Mhm. Okay, thank you for your answers. Have you tried e-commerce websites, ano? Or something na o Lazada? Uh, have you tried Lazada? Yan. Ano pa ba yung mga hindi e-commerce na may lazy sign-ups? Um, well, in Google products, it comes on the phone na kasi, no? Once you load your phone, iOS or Android phone, may mga may mga options sila to before you can open some hihingin nila before you can open the application or install the application, hihingin muna nila yung accounts mo, social network accounts. At I see Instagram pa rin Instagram din ba? Hindi ba kailangan mag-login ka muna? I see, oo. Like Twitter also. Thank you for that ano. Um, Facebook actually allows it pero you cannot dig deeper to the parang links no. For example, you see the official commercial page of some brands out there. Makikita mo yung page na yun if you want to parang commit and proceed to you're interested of the content of that page, tsaka lalabas yung login page, something like that. So, hindi ba yung um, hindi mo pa nga nakikita yung content, hihingin mangayo na dayon sa imuha og sign up. Okay. So the modern UI design pattern nowadays is to accommodate lazy signups. Yan. Action bars. Okay? Ito, may makikita tayong mga icons. And most of these icons are very, tawag natin dun, evidently, at saka based on their icon design, alam kaagad natin yung certain action na needed or performed by a certain application. No? Let's say, if makakita ka plus icon, what do you think about it? Something to include, no, to add. Well, that's the icon. That's the way we use icon in an application development, so that we do not need to tell the user anymore via text or something like that. It's by symbolism, no, na pamaraan natin to give them instructions. Something like that. So, action bars, ganito yung pagka-state ng problem, no? When the user experience an issue about the quick accessibility sa kanyang mga frequent actions, is the answer for that is by using design pattern called action bar. Yan. So this action bar provides quick access to important actions from the app's action bar. So let's say what we are doing right now, no? Kung naana mo sa Google Meet using your mobile phone, makikita nyo kaagad dito yung three main actions, no? Yung end sa call, yung turning on sa camera o turning on off sa camera o turning on off sa microphone. And these are main actions kasi yung application is built by that idea. Nakita niyo, naintindihan niyo 'yon? So action bars are mainly a required design patterns on all applications. So kailangan yung malaman para saan yung application ninyo at ano yung common na ginagawa ng user on that particular page. Ibibigay nyo sa kanila yung action na yun. O yung UI na yun. Another one is social login. Social login allows us to lessen the steps or the number of processes in order for us to sign up on a certain website. No? So the problem is when the user wants an easier way of signing up and logging in, introduce social login. Ayan. So ito yung idea ng social login, guys. So what's also good thing with social login is uh, well, the expected user na mo sign up sa imuhang application will be expected to have friends, no? Or mga connected accounts, social accounts, connected accounts sa iyahang social media account. So that means you can also work on that kasi from the developer's point of view, if ako mo sign up sa imuhang website using social login, I can ask the creator of that social media website to not just include your name, email address, no, image, photo. You can also include the list number of friends. And by doing this, you can also try to check and send something like an invitation, no? Please avoid it. Please something like minimize, no, by sending email to that kasi baka it will mark you as spam na. Pero in that way, by using social login, actually allows us to um, easily increase the population or the number of size of our members. Huge buttons. Ayan. Just like what we have discussed earlier sa action bars, um, huge buttons is also another design pattern which solves the problem ng user. The user wants to know immediately which actions they can take. So an example to that, guys, is Shazam. Have you heard about that mobile application? So that mobile application is really built on top of the idea of providing you an easy access to the information of a certain music track, no? Say for example, may gusto kang alamin na kanta, sino yung kumanta, ano yung title na yon. Pero ang alam mo lang is yung parang part, yung humming part, di mo alam yung lyrics, you just hum it or kahit sabihin mo yung lyrics, yung part lang na short part lang na lyrics, Shazam will be able to provide you an instant access of a suggested list, no, curated list of the music that you're about to search. And what's actually cool with this is Shazam is using its machine learning algorithm to give us suggestions based on our input, no? So ang input ng Shazam, guys, is not by typing, no, not to use any keypads, but it actually uses microphone, no? Sasabihin mo lang, I mean, kakantahin mo lang yung certain part, lalabas at lalabas na yung title at saka yung other details like authors, kailan na-release, no? Ano yung even actually siguro yung album kasali din. Um, so how do they do that? It's simply because of their machine learning algorithms, AI, no? Aside from that, ano yung nakalimutan ko? Um, Shazam also, tawag natin doon, Shazam is not actually 100% accurate, no? Yung ipapakita niya ng mga list, suggested list are 85% and above na yung confidence level, no, ng application na yun yung hinahanap mo. So you can actually try it, no? It's a very simple application. Again, ang ginawa ng Shazam is to build a huge button sa kanilang landing page, no, sa dashboard application page nila. And that's exactly their design pattern because ang ginagawa lang naman ng kanilang application is to listen to their user on what they want to search on music particularly na kanilang hanapin. Okay? So the solution is the ideal touchscreen top size is 72 pixels and above. No, but some apps also give huge buttons so that you will exactly know what to do and you can do it quickly wherever you are and whatever you're doing. So here's an example of a wireframe sa isa ka application no? Ayan, sa isa ka application na na huge button. We try to observe the wireframe on this example here from UXPin, no? Almost one-fourth, no, na consume ng huge buttons niyo. And that means that aside from mas dominant din na is yung content, 'di ba? Yung X na 'yan. Either image ba na or video. Pero if you try to um, also navigate to another parang location, aside from the content, ang makikita mo kaagad ano, yung huge button. So that means parang um, kayo na yung nagmamanipulate, na tayo na yung nagmamanipulate sa user natin na once they view this particular page of your application, yung gaze nila, yung mata nila ay o yung attention nila no dun sa application ninyo ay pinipilit niyong papuntahin dun sa section, a particular section of your web application page. And that's what we meant for huge button. It really helped us to give the user the attention of what to do, what are the list of things to do when you are in that particular page. Swiping for actions, I hope you're aware with this. The user wants to focus on a particular content. If the user wants to focus on a particular content, the advisory is to hide sub-contents. No? So in this design pattern, para makita mo yung mga sub-contents and other leading or help, tawag natin doon, yung mga contents na could give more further details dun sa I search certain item, no? So ginagawa nila is ina-hide nila or you can just swipe, no? If you want to see some alternatives or some options for your application. Notifications. Pansin niyo yung mga notifications. It's a common design pattern nowadays. If there are something new or there are some incoming na mga activities or ayan no, ng mga requirements, kaagad makikita niyo na may bago, no, may update. Hello? Check. Dungog ko guys. I see. My apologies. Yan. Notifications, um, ito yung ang problem statement, ano. Um, the user wants to know about new activity or actions they should take at a glance. Ito yung nagbibigay ng quicker, no, na information or something like mabisang paraan na the user will be able to update him or herself on what's happening sa kanyang activity dun sa certain application. So, most of these ay makikita natin sa mga inboxes, email, no, email related applications, mga chat applications, something like that, no. May mga lumalabas na mga notifications. So, Twitter does also as well do this notification button. It has a small dot on top of the timeline icon to indicate new activity in a more subtle way. So may mga applications na pag magpakita sila ng notifications, Aside from viewing it na may counting, may numbers, 1, 2, 3, that means that's how many new items no na sa current sa mga application. Twitter does parang butang lang siya red dot, no? Or on our chat area, alam natin na online siya if it's green, no? Something like that. Ito yung mga paraan kung para ma-inform yung user yung current status ng ginagawa natin. Something also with this one right now. If I'm the one talking in front of you in the Google Meet, on my notification, on my user interface, I have a notification sign na a moving, tawag natin dito, three dots or three bars na that means my audio is working. Sa inyo naman, ang makikita ko is naka-off yung microphone. Yeah. So that's also considered to be a notification. Discoverable controls. That means um, some of the applications choose to hide some controls. And also when you about to learn how to use the controls, how to unhide it, lalabas at lalabas yung mga sub menus. Yan, o sub events na pwede mong gawin sa application. So I think Pinterest is also doing it. I don't know if you're familiar with Pinterest. Anyone from the class who are familiar with Pinterest? Is it true that you drag long, ayan, so long press yung a certain card and tsaka lalabas yung mga sub-menus. Yeah. Is that correct? Yung gesture natin dito is long press, then swipe. Wag mong tawag natin dito. Wag mong alisin, no? After you long press, you just swipe or go to your action. Sa kanya gagawin yung page, yung menu. Saka pupuntahan niya yung certain page or perform niya yung action na yun. Another example is itong mga messenger natin, yung mga chat, no, related na mga applications. Well, ang importante sa chat is alam ninyo kung ano yung conversation ninyo, di ba? Second na lang para sa inyo yung you want to delete that uh, tawag natin thread, no, yung stream na yon kung gusto mo i-delete. Most of these applications are hiding some sub-content. So by swiping it, no, the item, swipe that one to your left or to the right, may lalabas at lalabas ng mga sub menus. Kagaya ng nakikita nyo ngayon dito. Okay. Ordinarily, image, name, tapos yung recent update. Ayan, nakikita nyo dito. No? Image, name, time, and then the recent update you have done. Pero, if you swipe this one to the left, no? Lalabas at lalabas yung option na to, more, mute, and delete. Yan. Have you seen that in any application? I see. Thank you. Um, so the problem is the user wants to quick access. The user wants a quick access to control that are secondary or only relevant to specific sections or content in the application. As much as we uh, have many options for the user to choose, no, in a certain application, this design pattern is telling us to really decide what are the primary action buttons, what are the secondary, what are the tertiary. No, order them in this particular order, malalaman natin kung saan doon yung mga common or frequently na ginagamit ng user. At saka kaya ba lalagay natin dito sa design pattern na to. Okay? There are a lot of design pattern guys para ma-hide mo lang yung mga sub-contents ano, napag-usapan na natin yung kanina. Um, Another example right now is expandable inputs. Yeah. So ano yung ibig sabihin ng expandable inputs? So the user wants to focus on the content instead of sacrificing screen to controls. And so mapapansin nyo, like Facebook, no, or any social media platform, if you see a post, no, on your dashboard, that post does not also include na yung certain post na yun, hindi nyo makikita kung ano yung mga napag-usapan sa comment na section up until you select on that post, saka you can also try to read, no, previews na mga discussion, yung mga comments, no. So aside from that, another example is yung search button, no. Kung gagawa ka ng search field, ang design pattern na to daw ay nagbibigay sa atin ng advice na kung gagawa ka ng search functionality, wag mong ipakita yung buong search input kaagad. No, ibig sabihin nun, only then the user will really think that he or she will search a particular item. Sa kanya i-tap yung search icon, saka din lalabas yung buong text input. No, so it will also matter on the animation, on the smoothness of the application. Undo, you're familiar in this, no? The problem is the user want to take actions quickly without interruptions, confirmation, but with the option of reverting accidental actions. Yeah. Let's proceed to navigation. By navigation, an example to that is secret and carousel, no? Yung navigation na to guys, yung design pattern for navigation in the modern application nowadays is they use walkthrough or coach marks. What do you mean by walkthrough or coach marks? Kung based on the picture, ito yung parang guide or tutorial on how to use the application. Now, without the help of somebody or without the help of the developer, without the help of some parang official, um, the this design pattern allows us to be guided on what to do, no, before we have the actual experience of the application. So some of the time, gina-blur out nila yung halos entirety of the page, pero nagabuhat silang circle na area which is you need to follow, di ba? Dili na gani uban nga dili mo proceed until wala nimo siya na tap, nung wala nimo siya gi-follow ang iyang instruction. Tap this corner for you to blah blah blah. Tapos lilipat na naman ng another location yung walkthrough, yung tutorial, hanggang matapos mo yung certain part na yun. Yan. Ano ba yung mga walkthrough, ayun yung mga applications na may walkthrough sa inyo guys? Blue check. Yun. So a designing walkthrough allows the user to have a demonstration or tutorial on how each function works. Overflow menus. So these overflow menus, just like the design pattern earlier to organize your menus, your sub-menus, ito din yung isa sa design pattern in order for you to declutter the action bars, the list of implementation sa loob ng application mo. So, within the help of overflow menus, naging simple pa rin yung UI natin, guys. Naging simple pa lang, no? Kasi yung mga common buttons na gusto niyo makita, nakikita niyo na, no? So, if you want to hide those sub-contents, you can also consider this design pattern called overflow menus. Yan. So next is sliders, no? So anong sinasabi ng sliders? The problem is when the user want to seamlessly move between options. So say for example, may gusto kang pumili ng certain location sa Google Map mo. Ayan. So or in an Uber, no? Uber has a slider na you can choose whether ang imuhang makita is Uber X or black car or SUV or taxi na mas malapit sa iyo, no? So another is the user wants to seamlessly move between options. Yan. Morphing controls. What do you mean by morphing controls? Ito yung when the user wants to perform different types of actions but there's limited screen real estate to show all of this action. An example to that is sa Spotify, kung gusto nimo paminawon tong isa ka track, ang mugawas sa controls guys is this three here. Unless binago niyo yung template ninyo, mababago niya rin mababago yung default ang tawag nito yung list of controls ninyo. Pero dito sa example guys, what if the music track no na imuhang napili has already been added to your playlist. So that means instead na follow playlist, no, nag-morph ang control na himong unfollow playlist. Simply because alam niya na yung status ng access mo sa isang application. Okay? Sticky navigation, ito yung mga menu na hindi mawawala once you scroll. Pwede sa baba, pwede sa side, pwede sa top. No, kung tayo daghan kay kag content, if you scroll down, the menu will stay on their position. If you need that design pattern if you are dealing with a large amount of content. Pag daghan na gani, you don't want na mawala tong menu once you scroll down. Tama? Pag daghan ng content, pag scroll down nimo mawala ang menu, mga main menu sa baba. You want that? Do you think that's a good UI practice? Viewing, let's say, news, official publication page, mobile app ng UIC. For example, may gumawa sa inyo ng uh, um, parang online news, no, gamit yung mobile application. So time to time may nadadagdag na mga announcement or something like that. And para hindi ka mahirapan to choose one page to the other, once makapasok ka na dun sa isang page, ay kailangan mong ilagay yung naka-sticky notes na mga menus gaya ng nakita nyo dito. Vertical navigation is very common kasi yung point natin, yung design pattern ng vertical navigation guys is by the the idea of um, a certain phone perspective. Kasi yung phone natin, by default, naka-portrait yung landscape, ay yung orientation niya. Portrait yung orientation. So, in order for us to give the user the complete list of, let's say, supplies or product or users, vertical navigation is a thing to consider. I'll just skip some of the part, guys. I think I can. By the way, project leaders, please confirm. Since na-upload ko na ito sa classroom, might as well to double check this one na paki-review on your own. Para pagdating nyo sa development, um, makikita mo yung takbo ng project. Pwede mo nang lagyan ng mga um, ganito, ng mga um, design pattern. Ito is a slide out, sidebars and drawers, no? Katong kana gani makita ninyo sa gilid, once you tap that one may siya mo pop may mo gawas, no? The user needs a way to navigate between different section of the app without being distracted in the individual section. Yan. Totoo nga naman, hindi na to web page na malawak masyado yung screen size natin. So here's an example of a wireframe na gagamit ng slider. So the idea is hanapin nyo kung asan kayo paborable, sa right ba or on your left or sa bottom. Pero ang ginagawa nito is um, allows us to visualize what's the intended wireframe ni UX pin on this case study. That will be okay. Next is link to everything. Yan. The user needs a consistent way of navigating through content without being distracted by additional content. This is also similar to the previous design pattern, no? However, daghan lang kag makita diri na information. Advanced scroll bars, tingnan natin yung skip natin to Swipe views. Any application na may experience kayo ng swipe gesture as a control? So guys, what's the application na na-experience ninyo na may um, swipe views, na may design pattern na swipe views? Ano kayo mga application ninyo na example? Aside from this Flip Cool, um, ano ba? Pag multiple pictures ang gina-upload, yes. Okay? I've seen some preview of TikTok. I think you are also have that swipe view mechanic, no? Para sa next post or something like that. In games, there are a lot of mechanic na swipe din yung input, ano? Yan. So the user wants to navigate from one piece of content to the next without having to go back to the index. Guys, there are actually a lot of things pa, no, like social and data content management. So I will just leave this one to the project leader. As I said, I already uploaded the reading material. Please confirm project leader again. Please confirm project leaders to mind this. I mean, make sure to read, no, and completely understand all the contents inside of this reading material, and later discuss this one to your group mates, especially sa developer ninyo at saka graphic designer or UI UX designer, kasi they will serve this one as their guide, your guide for your first application development. Is that okay? No? All project leaders? Madali naman siyang sundan kasi yung problem statement, may problem statement at saka may solution. Ang gagawin lang ninyo project leader is just in case may mga may experience kayo during development na malapit dito sa pinag-uusapan natin na problem statements. Kailangan nyo kaagad solusyonan. No? Kailangan nyo kaagad lagyan ng design pattern. Sige. So, our second part of this session, guys, yan. Andito nga yung vote to promote, yung like button, no? Bakit kailangan natin yung mga single share button if you're using a mobile application, tapos naisip nyo na lagyan ng social functions, social activity functions yung application ninyo. So, kailangan yung tingnan tong design pattern ng social design pattern. Okay? So, let's proceed to the second part of the activity, guys. Actually, I'm asking you to create a storyboard. By the way, storyboard in mobile application development is also similar to wireframe. So what's actually an added lang on the storyboard in a sa ordinary wireframe, sa storyboard kasi is yung parang yun, you are telling the story, you're creating a user flow, tawag nila doon user journey doon sa application mo, no? So remember, you each group have parang nag-submit mo sa ako at minimum of 3 ideas, di ba? 3 application ideas. So you can go get back those ideas, get the idea, and then create or draw, no, a storyboard on top of that. So that means each group should submit 3 wireframes or 3 storyboards, and then make sure all members ay assign. Since isa ka grupo, tuluman inyong buhaton, make sure the member will be assigned on a certain up idea. Tapos dito siya mag-contribute. And then, ayun, the submission type will be document or PDF file. I already uploaded the instruction. Let me check this one. Kita niyo yung screen? Here's an example. Ayan. May storyboard example dyan. Um, Maliit ba? So you can use this template, guys. Um, Make sure na you are telling it, you're viewing a wireframe, no? Tapos you're telling a story on about the user flow. So, say you have an application idea, ipakita mo sa akin, no, i-submit mo sa akin yung success story of a user na gumamit siya nung ginamit niya yung application ninyo, yung idea ng application ninyo. So, you don't need to include yung mga error messages, yung pag mag-login mali, no, mag-error message, error notification, you don't need to add that one. Just think of a tawag natin doon, positive flow, no, yung parang good flow, good user activity lang. Wag yung mga errors, yung mga um, uh, well, kailangan yung ma-highlight yung idea ng application, something like that. So don't forget to include a statement per page sa wireframe ninyo. Nasabtan ba? So, sige, let's start. I'll ask project leader to submit your breakout rooms, breakout room links diri sa atong chat area, and wait for I'll visit your rooms later to check your contributions, no. So kindly send your breakout rooms now, and you may start this to discuss and prepare the activity for today. I'll see you later.